believe we have Debbie.
Okay. I'm gonna sit. Clearly, I have a cast on my neck, so I need to sit down. It's funny. I just had a conversation with my friend Lauren. She came with me. I don't consider myself a poet. Okay, so I wrote this down 10 years ago. I was sitting on a plane. Oh, this is vulnerability. Okay. I was sitting on a plane and I was hurt. I knew that I needed to go to therapy for my dad. And I wrote this about the man I never knew. And so that's the name of it, The Man I Never Knew. So, here we go. I guess I'm not good enough for your time. You never visit, being your flesh and blood, but yet you seem so deceiving. This stranger telling me that he loves me. Let me ask you, do you even know what love is? How to show love, how to give love. You helped bring me into this world, but there's no signs that you're in my world. No calls, no texts. You're like a guy that just moves on to the next. You randomly call, ask a couple questions, and then you just move on. Like speaking to me is one of your to-do lists. If you died, would I even cry? The stranger, someone I never knew, expecting me to be the one to make the first move. I keep reaching for something that just isn't there. Like a fool, you keep telling me you're gonna get married to some woman I don't even know, living this whole other life without me. And then you just pop in and out of my life. You'll ask questions like we're in an interview or like we're on a blind date. I look at other girls and I see what they have, the one thing I never had. What I don't understand is why. Why don't you want to get to know me? Really get to know the real me. Don't care about my favorite color. You don't even know the places I've been. You don't even know the shows that I watch. I look at you and I wonder, who is this man? Who is this stranger that helped create me? Okay, we share some of the same physical features, but I'm nothing like you. I have your last name, but did you ever care? Or was it just a show? You would take me to places and say, here she is. And then I would never hear from you anymore. You would say you love me, but didn't you say it out loud out of obligation, or is it something you're supposed to say? Men have called me many things, smart, beautiful, ambitious, but the man I needed in my life never said a word. When I needed you there, you weren't. Yeah, you would pick up. You would tell me to stay away from boys. You never taught me how to love. So I'm here, living my life, and eventually one day I'm gonna meet someone that wants to spend the rest of my life with me. But are you gonna be there? Are you gonna care? Can you really give someone away that you never knew? You were supposed to be the example of how I was supposed to be treated. Teach me how men think. Teach me how to love. Remind me of the things that are beautiful, intelligent about myself. And on that day, I commit to another man forever. You won't have a say in that choice. You could have taught me a lot about life. You could have been there when I cried at night. You could have taught me how to drive a car. You could have been there when I had no hope, nowhere to turn. But you weren't. I'm not sure what I want from you. If I even want anything at all. I made it this far without knowing who you really are. I know you're not perfect, but I just wish in my eyes you could do no wrong. You were the perfect man for me, loving me, talking to me, listening to me, telling me I'm your number one girl. I knew when I heard these words, you never spoke any meaning into this life that you created. And when you leave this earth, I hope you don't have any regrets, but you probably will. So go live your life, and we'll just continue to be strangers, the man I never knew.
She needs to release stuff. He was nervous.
Of course I was nervous.
Nervous.